Hey folks, Mr. Modern Survival here. I'm out underneath the shed that serves for the studio of the majority of my videos. And you can tell we're real high tech in Haywood County. But anyway, I wanted to come on today and make a real quick video and say an extra special thank you to everybody who made the second annual Sensible Mountain Preparedness Conference such a huge success. There were a confirmed 1,100, 1,150 in attendance. I've heard rumors that maybe it was closer to 1,300 who were actually there, and that's awesome. From Western North Carolina, I met individuals from Arizona, some people from Florida, others from way up around the Pennsylvania area, and several from South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, just around the southeast down here. And so it was awesome. Had a great time. I was honored to be able to speak and to be able to go first, the first speaker. If you had questions for me and you were not able to get those questions in, send me a message here on YouTube or send me an email, and I'll be glad to respond. If you'll send me a message on email on YouTube here, if you'll send me a message through YouTube, I'll get you a telephone number, and that way you can give me a call if you have any questions about the subject matter of what I've spoken about. I have had a couple people who asked for outlines for me to email the outline with the scripture references from the speech and or presentation, not a speech but a presentation, and I'd be glad to send you that and hope that it was a blessing to somebody. I sure did get a lot of positive feedback, and I really do appreciate that. It was very comforting and encouraging to see that number of people who are coming awake to what's going on in America and to the subject of preparedness. Whether it be for natural disaster, a one-time event, emergency, or whatever it may be, or whether it's EMP, nuclear holocaust, or just the financial collapse of our country that seems very much inevitable. But also, as it was very encouraging, at the same time, I've noticed that there were a lot of individuals there who seemed almost overwhelmed by the amount of knowledge that they consumed or absorbed rather during the conference. They seemed almost overwhelmed by the daunting task that lay before them of getting prepared. And so I wanted to make this video on progressive preparation, and not progressive politically. There's absolutely nothing about me that is progressive politically. I'm on the other side. I'm ultra right-wing, hardcore conservative. So when I mean progressive, I mean incrementally or steadily moving forward, making progress, if albeit slowly, toward becoming more and better prepared. And so I'm going to get around behind the camera and pan down on my little table here, and I've got some things that I want to show you with regard to progressive preparation that I believe you can pick up as you go along life. And what I mean to say there is that just because you're a prepper, just because you're concerned about what's going on in America, does not mean that your life goes on hold. Doesn't mean that your hobbies stop or cease to be important. Doesn't mean that your family life ceases to be important, your church life, your work. Everybody's got to work and have a job. One of the things I tried to bring out in my presentation was that Noah, throughout his life, was able to prepare an ark to the saving of his house, all the while he was preaching, working, and being a father, grandfather, husband, and those kinds of things. So just because you're a prepper doesn't mean your life's on hold. And I believe that one of the most effective ways that I have been able to prepare is in a progressive manner, slowly, incrementally, just like how do you eat an elephant, one bite at a time. And I believe somebody mentioned that. I believe it was Richard maybe mentioned that. Mr. MadMick15 mentioned that in his presentation there at the conference. You can guarantee if anybody's going to mention anything about eating, it's going to be good old Mr. MadMick15. I got to throw that jab in there. But I've got a few items here on my table that I want to show you real quick. This is not a comprehensive look at what you can do to be prepared. These are some items that you can pick up. These are types of items that you can pick up when you go to the grocery store, when you stop by the hardware store, if you're at a yard sale, or Walmart, wherever it is that you may be. And we'll start up the top right here. White rice. there are people all over God's planet that have been living off rice for hundreds of years, thousands of years even. It's got a lot of stuff you need and nothing really that you don't need. If it's prepared right, it can be very filling, even tasty. If it's if it's got the right kind of seasoning to it, and if not, guess what? It'll keep you alive anyway. These were on sale at the local grocery store, Food Line, I believe that it was, for $1. And I was in the grocery store me and my wife picking up some things. These are on sale for $1, so I grabbed about 5 of these. That's $5. Progressive. What was that? That was another step forward toward my family being more prepared. Same thing with the popcorn. This popcorn was on sale for, I think, $2 for the whole thing. May have even been less than that. And so, the same deal. This was a separate day at the grocery store, not the same day. Because if you're not careful, you'll see all this stuff on sale on the same day, and you'll go to try to buy it, and you get up to the register, and your bill's $300. You don't want to do that because you get overwhelmed. The easiest way to get discouraged in prepping is to simply try to do too much at one time, and you get overwhelmed. So, what is popcorn good for? Well, it's good for popcorn. Excuse me, my allergies are running wild. It's good for making popcorn, but also, if you have a mill, you can grind this up, and you can actually make cornbread out of this. A little trick you might not know. And I happen to have a mill, so I grabbed a bunch of these. Spent very little money on that. Was at a yard sale the other day. Found a little lantern. Picked that up for about 50 cents. I work at an electrical supply house, and so guess what happens when I need electrical tape? I get it cheap. So when I leave work every now and then, I'll buy from the place that I work. I'll buy a roll of electrical tape and bring it home. It could come in very handy in a WRO situation. Every time I go by Carolina Readiness Supply in Waynesville, I stop in and I buy some seeds. These here are So True. They're from the area that I live in, hand packaged in Nashville, North Carolina. You ought to get a hold of some of these. $2.95 for this packet of sweet corn. And every time that I go into Carolina Readiness Supply, every single time, whether I'm going to buy anything in particular or not, I buy seeds. Seeds are the food for tomorrow. This is your long-term preparation right here. I pick up 3, 4, 5, 6 packs, bring them home, put them in storage. They're there. It's another step forward. I've made progress toward being prepared. You go into Walmart, every now and then you'll catch a really good deal on Remington 223 or whether it's Federal or let me say this. I want to encourage you to buy the same brand, and I don't always live by that rule. I break that rule myself a lot of times, but I'll preach to you about not changing brands on your ammunition because your weapon might be finicky in one direction or the other. If your weapon's proven to eat just about anything you want to feed it, then it probably doesn't matter. But especially if you have a very tightly built AR-15 or something of that nature, then you might want to be a little choosy about what you get. This is Remington 223 55 grain full metal jacket. Nothing special about this. Called it on sale. I was at Walmart with my wife picking up some diapers or something for the kid, and these were on sale. I grabbed it. I didn't buy anything else for prepping, just this box of ammunition, but it was another step forward. Same deal with a 9mm. You can catch these in Walmart. This is Federal, 115 grain full metal jacket, box of 50. You can catch these on sale sometimes for about $9 at Walmart if you catch it at the right time. There's one of my kids screaming right now. You can probably hear it on the camera. They're outside playing. Hope that doesn't distract you. But I want to prove the point that these are some items. If you're in the hardware store, you might find a sale on an item like this, or at a yard sale. If you're in the grocery store, you're probably going to find a sale on an item like this. If you're in Walmart, these. If you have a local store that sells local heirloom style seeds, don't buy the genetically enhanced seeds because they won't reproduce. If you have some of those, don't throw them away. Just don't rely on them to be able to reseed on the next season. But if you go by, especially if you live in this area, stop by Carolina Readiness once a week and grab a handful of seeds. It's going to cost you $10 or $15. But what is it? It's another step toward being prepared. Just wanted to come on and make this quick video. This is Mr. Modern Survival. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for watching. I certainly enjoy doing these videos. I hope I'm helping somebody. And remember, stay safe, keep prepping, and God bless.